What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, the Los Angeles Lakers, man, they've just been disappointing. They've been very disappointing this year, to say the least. When LeBron James had that season high 39 points in that game against the Indiana Pacers, um, many people thought that maybe this might be the game that might, spearhead a turnaround in their season. But then they come right back after that game and lose to a team that arguably has been the worst in the NBA over the past 10 games, probably has been the worst. The Sacramento Kings, who just fired their head coach and were not playing with all of their starters, but they still were able to beat the Lakers in triple overtime. Lakers give up 141 points to the Kings. And a lot of Lakers fans are just fed up. They're fed up. And a lot of Laker legends, former Lakers legends and players are voicing their frustrations with watching this team. One of them in particular is Laker legend James Worthy, who was extremely unhappy with the end result of that game with the Kings and said the Lakers are not playing team basketball. He said, quote, I just want to go home, man. I think he's talking about just want to get the hell up out of there and not even want to even see the team. There's really not a lot to talk about. There were 15 for 44 from three, 80 0 5. LeBron James 2 of 13, and that's all they shot down the stretch. If that's all we're going to do is stand around and shoot threes, we've got to do more than that. That's not team basketball. I think he also said something about other players actually shooting well from outside and not getting the basketball enough. Um, he talked about Monk being 4-7 from outside. He talked about, I think he referenced Carmelo Anthony not getting enough touches. And they're not. It's like you got guys out there getting their averages or trying to get their averages. And that's not team fucking basketball. You got Russ. I like Russ, man, but he's out there trying to get his 20 points and as close to triple doubles possible. LeBron's just getting points. All he care about is points at this juncture. All LeBron care about is scoring. Um, AD, I don't get it, man. He's supposed to have done all of this work in the off season to be stronger and more dominant. And he's the most inefficient jump shooter in the NBA by the numbers, by the metrics. He's a horrible 3-point shooter this year, only shooting 16.7% from three. And then, you got other guys who are off and on, and guys who just care about scoring and not being committed to defense. And then Robert Ory, the former Laker as well, part of three championship teams with the Lakers, said that nobody fears the Lakers anymore. Their fear factor is gone. He said, quote, nobody fears the Lakers. As soon as they get a lead, they have all these antics. That right there is not professional. He also said that these antics fuel the fire of the opposition. We run around talking shit, uh, you know, antagonizing the opposition. The game isn't in hand, and all you're doing is motivating them to come back down and whoop your ass. And I think it is true that even though LeBron James, for the younger generation, is their Michael Jordan, I think these younger players don't fear him, nor obviously the Lakers at this point. So I don't know, man. I think tonight they play the Detroit Pistons. Um, so Detroit's going to be motivated to come out there and play. Certainly, one Isaiah Stewart. Lakers got to get some wins, man. They got to get some wins because right now the media is starting to. If they lose tonight and fall to 10-12, then the Lakers are really going to be in the crosshairs of the media. And, with the pressures of them wanting to win, everybody wanting to win, there's going to be a sacrifice. Who's going to be the sacrificial lamb? And right now, it's probably going to be Frank Vogel. Even though Frank Vogel isn't really all of the problem, you know. But I don't know, man. You know, Lakers got to get this shit together, man, because the way they're playing basketball, like a lot of my supporters have said on here, I said they're gonna lose in the first round. They're gonna fuck around now. You make the playoffs. And if that doesn't happen, if that happens, they don't make the playoffs. One of the most devastatingly disappointing seasons in the history of the NBA, without question. Tell me what you guys think.